Hello, I will hope you can hear me because it's a little bit windy. I'm coming to you from the water and the boats. So I just wanted to share a quick encouraging word for some of you guys who have felt very rushed into seasons of life, or just people telling you that you should be further along, you should be doing more, and just kind of worrying you when you feel in your spirit that things are in God's timing and you're releasing it to Him. So I remember when my daughter was about 6 or 7 months old, and everybody was like, oh, is she crawling yet? Is she crawling yet? Is she crawling yet? And I was like, no, she's not crawling yet. And they're like, well, are you worried? And I wasn't until they started telling me I should be worried. And I was like, no, she'll crawl when she's ready, or she might not. And I remember my mom even saying that my mom was saying that when she was a baby, she skipped crawling altogether. She just started running, basically. And so I realized, hey, it's possible that kids don't have to crawl. Even though there are certain milestones that you should look out for, not everything has to happen in the way that it's programmed out to be. So I just remember thinking well, I'm not worried, but I'm kind of getting tired of other people worrying me about what my kid is or isn't doing. So I was like, you know what, Lord, I release it to you. And then she was walking by 10 months. And people were like, wow, she's walking already. Wow, she's so advanced. And I was like, see, y'all was worried that she didn't start crawling at 6 months. She would like to walk and hold onto furniture and kind of cruise around the room more than she would like to be crawling on her hands and knees. And so that to me is a great example of just things happening in their timing and not everything having to be worried about. And there's another thing that I wanted to share, which is when I was in high school, or kind of high school, I stopped dating, but after high school, getting into college, a lot of people are in relationships. And I remember a lot of people where's your boyfriend? Or are you dating? Do you even like guys? And I was like, I will date. I made a decision. I had a personal conviction that I was not going to date. I stopped dating when I was about 16 years old. I wasn't going to date again until I met my husband, and God said He was my husband. And people thought I was crazy for that. And they were just like, well, how are you going to do this? And they were worrying me about the decision that I made that I didn't have any problems with. I was just like, God is the creator of the universe. I'm pretty sure He can bring me a husband and let me know that He's the one. And yes, sometimes it got a little frustrating in the waiting because I wasn't in relationships and I didn't do that. So it was sometimes of loneliness, but I just knew in my heart, in my spirit, that God would provide this for me. And He did. When I was 22 years old, I met my husband, and by the time I was 23 years old, we were married, and everything happened so fast. So sometimes God will have you wait, and He'll just have you have patience, and He'll have you just trust Him. And the waiting might seem like a long time to other people or even to you, but then once it happens suddenly. And it reminds me of Ecclesiastes 3, 1 through 11, where it talks about there's a time for this, there's a time for that, there's a time for everything under the sun. But God makes things beautiful in their time. And so wait on God's timing. Don't be rushed. Don't be having people worrying you when you ain't even worried. Do things at the pace that God is calling you to. Specifically, listen to Him and seek Him about timing, because sometimes we can delay things by not being obedient. But if you feel like you're doing everything that you're supposed to do in the current season and other people are just rushing you and worrying you, let it go. Release it to God. So I just wanted to encourage you guys with that. And let me know if this helped you, or if there's anything that happened in your life where people were worrying you about something, and then once it did happen, they were like, this is so fast. Wow, it's happening so fast. And you're just like, I know, I told you, chill out about that. So I'd love to hear your stories and your testimonies as well, and if this helped you and encouraged you. So until next time, I am going to be starting to do more videos like this that are kind of off the cuff if I'm just out and I have something on my heart to share. So let me know if you like little short videos like this, and until next time, I will see you later. Bye.